We are taking a detailed look at the Crimson Strike team, the Hasbro PulseCon exclusive Tomax, Xamot, and Baroness right now on Toy Habits Reviews. And before we dive into the review, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a beat. Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Habits Reviews, and we are taking a detailed look at the Hasbro PulseCon exclusive Crimson Strike team. So let's start off like we usually do and take a look at the packaging. And let's start off by looking at the Crimson Strike team's package design, and this package is really cool. It basically mirrors a briefcase that either Tomax or Xamot would carry, and it has the branding Extensive Enterprises, and I think this is a really cool way to display the outer box, and has a really nice Cobra logo on the back. And if you feel the illustrations, they're actually embossed, so they have a raised feel and a raised texture. Same with the Cobra logo and the Extensive Enterprises branding. The box is very well done, but one thing to note is that you will have to cut the pieces of tape on each side of the box, both the left and the right, or you're going to end up with a stuck inner box, and we don't want that. So let's slip this guy out and take a look, and what we do have is a box inside of a box. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have another briefcase to contend with, and this looks very bloody and full of holes. So it looks like Tomax and Xamot got into a very sticky situation, but you can also see some of the red markings and just scuff marks on the back of the box too. And this box is really interesting because it doubles as a display case for the figures. And it is magnetized, and so when you open it, you see a fantastic shot of Tomax, Xamot, and the Baroness, who make up the Crimson Strike team, and Chuckles walking away with all of these documents that he has secured. So kudos to the Hasbro team for making this box really fun. One cool addition to the box is that it looks like it has an array of secret paperwork and documents, but it's actually just one thick piece of cardboard. On one side you have the documents, and the other side you have gold bars. So really neat idea and a really playful experience with this box. It's actually been a joy to open so far, and I haven't even got to see the figures yet. I'm sure you want to see the figures inside the box, so let's crack them open and take a look. And speaking of which, the figures are on display when you open up the box and take out that thick cardboard piece with their other weapons and accessories stowed in the little cardboard lockers. So again, wonderful presentation on the box, and this box will be great for collectors who display these figures on card or in box in this case, because they all look great. All right, and now we have Tomax on the right and Xamot on the left, and for all intents and purposes of this review, this is the same figure, but just mirror images of each other, with one small difference being that Xamot is the one with the scar on the left cheek. So the figures do have different facial expressions and different ways that their cheekbones and other parts of their face are accentuated. And they also have different hairstyles as well, but again, just mirror images of each other. And they also came with the exact same pack out, the only difference being the figure stand that comes with each figure. So this one is branded Xamot and this one is branded Tomax, but they both have 2 daggers, a machine gun, and a silencer. And for this section of a review, I'm just picking up Xamot because I think he's the coolest with the scar on his left cheek. So looking at the details here, you can see that the scar is really well done. They actually made it look pretty realistic. As you can see, some stitching that might have been in effect with him trying to heal from that scar, but the facial sculpt and hair sculpt actually looks great. What I love about the Classified series figures is that they're head sculpts and hair sculpts, they look realistic, and so the hair looks like actual hair, and the cheekbones and just facial expressions that they have for these figures are looking very realistic. Maybe they're learning something from their selfie series and just making these figures better and better. And what I do love about the Crimson Strike team are the gold accents that they have. So there is this really large piece of armor that covers this side of the neck, and this really nice piece of shoulder armor, which is not removable, but you can manipulate that piece of armor. And it has a really nice fit over his left shoulder there. We have the sash coming down the front and revealing the Cobra logo symbol, which is amazing, set off with a crimson background. And moving down to the arm sculpts, they do have some pretty beefy arms, and they have a black wrap on the right hand for Xamot and a gold wrist cuff on the left arm as well. So Tomax should have these same features, but they are mirrored. And the gold is actually really reflective here, so it has a nice shine and sheen to it. All right, and looking at the money shot here, we have a lovely Cobra mouth right on the waist piece where it belongs, and a nice gold accent for the belt, and we do have a place to stow the dagger. And moving down to the leg armor, they did a great job just replicating the Cobras in silver and black, and also the boots are really cool. They have a place to stow the dagger, and they also have something else that is attached to his boot, but you can't take it off. But loving the silver and black accents that are just mixed in with the gold here. Just a beautiful presentation of this figure. And here are Tomax and Xamot all geared up on their figure stands, and they look pretty amazing. I love that they are including these figure stands, as they're typically reserved for the retro card back collection. So it's really neat. And here's how they look with guns and the silencer put on the muzzle of the gun there. And you can also see how the daggers are stowed in their appropriate places, just like the first versions that were released. So let's move on to the Baroness, as she is the most intricate out of all of them. All right, and here is the Baroness, and boy, did they give her a stellar pack out. They basically combined a lot of the previous versions of the Baroness with respect to her accessories, but they also gave her some really nice new parts. But first, let's take a look at the Baroness as she appears when you first take her out of the box. All right, and here is the Baroness as she comes stock out of the box, and they did a beautiful job with the face sculpt here. The expression looks really natural and just really pensive. The lipstick looks great, and also just the application of the eye makeup and just eyes in general and eyebrows look fantastic. Now, she does have a removable hairpiece, and there she is without hair. And so here is her hairpiece, and it's removable like we first saw on Lady J when that figure came out, where she had swappable hat and swappable hair. And the hair pieces are really easy to put on and off, and they look really natural, and they gives the Baroness a really neat look. So one thing to note while you are trying to put her glasses on, these glasses are very flimsy, and so there is not enough clearance in between the glasses and the hair pieces to kind of put these on really nicely. So you're really going to have to finagle and maneuver them into place, and hopefully they stay in place. But it should take you just a little bit to get that look that you want. And look at this. These are cockeyed as all get out. So I'm going to take my time and try to put her glasses on appropriately. All right. And it took me a little bit, but I finally got her glasses as straight as I could. And with respect to the left side, they're much easier to fit on her head than the right side. I had to do some hair finagling, like pulling out her hair on this side just so the glasses arms could fit over her ears. But I think she looks great, and let's see the other looks for the Baroness that you can give her. And here's the Baroness with a quick swap out of that extra hair piece, and you can kind of see it's windswept here. The hair is going over her left shoulder, and she really looks nice. With this particular hair piece, you can actually see a little bit of her ears. And which do you like? Do you like the Baroness with or without glasses? Like, the jury is out for me, but you can slip them on accordingly and check it out for yourself. And again, you might have problems just fitting the glasses in the hair here, so let me do that off camera. All right, and here she looks with her glasses on, and she looks amazing in both hair sculpts. So I think I'm kind of digging her look without the glasses, if I do say so myself. But that's what's great about this figure. You can have all of these options to display her with and without her glasses, so you can just give her so many looks. All right, now we've swapped out her hair and her head sculpt for the biting her lip head sculpt, and I love what they did with the eyeshadow here. It looks really, really nice. She's given some crimson red eyeshadow, and also she has some blush on her cheeks there. It just gives a little more definition and a little more character to the figure. Now you can also add glasses to this one, so let's check her out in her yellow pair. All right, and here she is with her yellow pair of glasses, and again, I'm digging the non-glasses look for the Baroness, and I know that's not traditional, but again, you have so many options with this figure, and the way that they had made the hair and the head sculpts interchangeable, it's a really cool idea. All right, and here we have the final head sculpt with that windswept hair piece, and this particular head sculpt is really neat because she has donned a mask, and the mask makes her look super, super cool. It's got crimson eyes with just a gold framing around the forehead, the eyes, and it's got fangs that go over her lips. So I'm not sure what you all think of this particular look for the Baroness, so let us know in the comments below what look is the best for you for this figure. And here's how she looks with her stock hairpiece that came packed with her figure when you open the box. So I'm not sure which one I like yet, but again, you can play around with this figure to get the look that you like. And let's take a look at the Baroness's body armor and outfit. Now I'm going to remove her hair so we can see the design on the back armor here in a sec, but I have to agree with the toy sorceress. She does look like she comes with a candy coated set of chest armor, which looks great. The Cobra symbol set off in the crimson background is so nice, and there's also silver accents underneath the breastplate there. And if you look at the back of the figure, I think this is a nod to her vintage figure backpack, just the way the angles are here and just the way that the armor is designed in the back. And she does have a texturing throughout the figure that is more snakeskin in certain parts, which is really, really nice. Her forearm bracers come with a black deco that has a silver cobra on the underside of them, and also it is the same on the other side of her arm right there. She also comes with a web belt that has a gold cobra symbol in the middle, and she's able to stow her guns in the holsters right here. And looking at her boot and thigh design, she is dressed to the nines in her thigh-high boots and armor here, and they look great with these silver accents, and her shoes do come to a point which can cause some serious damage if she kicks somebody. Now, I really love the way that some of the smaller details towards the bottom of the boot make it look like it's real. So just having folds down here kind of mimics what real life boots would do if you were wearing them. So great overall presentation of the Baroness here, and she looks awesome. And here's how the Baroness looks all geared up with her machine guns and also the pistols in her back web belt there. And she just looks fantastic. She is armed to the nines and dressed to the nines, and she looks amazing. And let's take a look at some of the accessories that also comes packed with her. So this is a repack of the snake that came with the Cobra Coils cycle. So it's just repainted in gold and black, and it looks really, really cool in these colors. And she also has a pair of swords that also came with her movie figure. And so they reused these parts, but just painted them with a gold handle and a silver blade, which is really neat. And here are some of her head sculpts, sans hair, so we can take a closer look at those. So here is her head sculpt where she's biting her lip and has that really, really cool eyeshadow going on. And here is her head sculpt that comes packed with the figure minus the hair. So they did a really great job with the lipstick here and also just painting a nice eye design where she has makeup and a really nice eyebrow presentation. And finally, we have her other sets of glasses that she has. And so these are really tiny and flimsy, but she does come with the clear circular glasses and the more rectangular yellow glasses here. So that does it for the Baroness, and really digging this set. And the Baroness looks amazing with her mask on. And here is how the Crimson Strike team looks all together, and they look fabulous. I'm really impressed with the crimson, and they really nailed that color on these particular figures. And the whole set looks really, really nice. And yes, I do know that this is mostly a repaint and repack of things that we've got in the past, but that's what G.I. Joe was built upon, and also Masters of the Universe. So we can never get away from the parts reuse and the repaints, but I am loving the repaint of this set. And let us know what you think about this set in the comments below. Do you own it? How are you displaying the Baroness? Inquiring minds want to know. And you can also check out the stellar review that the Toy Sorceress did on our website at www.toyhabits.com. So please check that out if you want to see her amazing photos and imagery. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so and smash that like button on the way out. And thank you again for tuning into this Toy Habits review.